G'day, Chief. Welcome to the Inner Chief podcast and this special episode, which we call The Mini Chief. These are short, sharp highlights from our fabulous guests, where you get a 5 to 10 minute snapshot of the highlights from their episode. Righto, Chief. Without further ado, here is the Mini Chief episode for this week with James Schofield, founder of Insight Investor Relations. So, James, when someone is pitching to the market, do you have some sort of a framework or what they really should consider in order to get it right?
Yeah, most founders are asking us for some sort of framework. So, like any good advisor, we came up with a catchy, alliterated model. So we've got the 5P model for pitching. Handy as well that pitch happens to start with P. The first one is purpose. And so there's two reasons for the purpose. The most common form, to give you an idea of, like, we use eight different archetypes for purpose, but most common one is problem solution. But what you're looking to do there is really establish the big picture and also align with the investors. And particularly in the sustainable space, we see that alignment is so important with impact investors. The second one is product. This is super simple. It's just, what do you actually do, or what does your technology do, or whatever it is that you are raising capital for. The bizarre thing about it is, time and time again, particularly when we're at pitch competitions, that is completely overlooked by founders. And the number of times, it's a running joke with, you will be sitting next to a VC at a pitch contest and, do you know what these guys do? And no one can work it out. So that's a common mistake, that one. It's where you have it in there.
Wow.
Third P is proof. So that is the very concrete stuff, and it's backward looking. So it's up to this point. What have you done? How have you shown traction? So backward looking. And we talk about the kind of rhythm or picture of a pitch. So you're actually starting quite high with purpose. Then you're going down into this proof, which is very concrete, very grounded. What have you achieved? Why is this the right team? Why is this the right solution, which is going to work? Because ultimately, everyone has a big idea as a founder, but very few things work. Or as a VC once told me, when I was 7-year-old, I thought I was going to be Superman. I had a big dream, but it didn't necessarily come true. So it's really important to prove that you can do what you're setting out to do. Mm-hmm. Fourth one is more future looking. It's again proving that you can do something, but it's future looking, and that's what we call the playbook, the fourth P. So how are you actually going to do it, and in which sequencing? And that's super important, because I'm going to give you money as an investor. I need to know that you have a plan for my money, which will achieve an outcome. Finally, promise, and this is when we totally lift. We've already gone up a level from proof to playbook in terms of the choreography of the pitch, and then we go into promise, which is what is possible. How big can this get, which is what investors are looking for. Return on money, how many times money am I going to make? So it's what's possible, what's the size of the market, how big can this get, what are your projections? So we deliberately finish on that. And then finally is the ask, which is, what are we actually raising? How much? What are we going to use it for? So that's essentially what a pitch looks like.
Yeah, just running my head, like auditing businesses over the years. I think about all the companies I've worked for, how many have been able to do those 5 Ps clearly. Yeah. It's actually not that many. So interesting to me because they are so clear.
Yeah, and it does actually work in a number of aspects as well. We originally developed that for the capital raising side of our business, but we're actually using that really effectively with our big public companies. And actually, even the other day when you and I, Greg, were working with that client in Sydney, bizarrely, it actually cuts through to some of the stuff around culture as well.
It's sort of the other, when we'll talk about the trust model in the future episode, but it's a foundation of a lot of that, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
The
foundation is strategy, actually, as well.
Yeah.
All those things need to be lined up. And essentially, with a pitch, you are selling your business, ultimately. So all those things that make a good business need to line up in a pitch.
All right, Chief, there we have it for this week with your mini Chief episode. All the links and show notes can be found at chiefmaker.com/376. Chief, do you want the ultimate resource to help you influence stakeholders, the good, the bad, and all in between that are costing you stress and results? Go to chiefmaker.com/stakeholders, and there is a comprehensive PDF there with tools to map stakeholders, build profiles, and plans to engage them and influence. That's at chiefmaker.com/stakeholders. And if you would like to stay in touch and hear all about some of the best resources that you can find anywhere in the world to improve your performance at work, go to chiefmaker.com/subscribe. Now, Chief, if you're yet to rate the episode and subscribe, I hope you'll do so soon. It helps others see the magnificent value that the chiefs and gurus bring to their life and career. So make sure you hit subscribe on your podcast app now, give it a 5-star rating if you think it's worthy, and leave a short review about your favourite episode. Righto, Chiefs, as always, remember to stay epic.